What's up YouTube, Mr. MSC here. And today we're going to be going through the season of the misalignment, coming soon, Malignant, sorry. Season 1 coming soon on July 20th. July 20th right here. So we went through all of the patches and all the notes there. It's going to be quite wild. Quite wild. There's a lot of nerfs coming in. Sorceress is gutted, in my opinion. We have overall just flat cooldown reduction nerfs, vulnerable damage nerfs, crit strike, I believe, nerfs, or crit damage. Yeah. Critical strike damage nerfs. Some changes with some characters. We might see blood necro happen. We might see some things. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what all happens right there. But we have more information right now on Malignance and what all is going to be happening here. So here's the lore of it, if you want to read the lore. Basically, there are decaying abominations roaming Sanctuary in a frenzy. Basically, it's like a disease is spreading now a little bit. Right? So you need to complete the campaign to do so, and then once you've done that, you can play with this. So what you do is, to fight back against the relentless animosity of malignant monsters, you need to turn their hearts against them, slaying partly corrupted enemies, a type of malignant monster, and they will drop a malignant heart. These can be captured by performing a ritual with the Cage of Binding, which you acquire during the season's questline. Partly corrupted enemies are an unruly sort and won't go down easily. Trying to capture the heart will cause the partly corrupted enemy to be reborn as fully corrupted. And then they'll drop the malignant heart, which you can place into jewelry. So essentially, while you're playing the game, in your normal way of playing the game, you'll come across a monster that's partly corrupted, an elite monster sometimes. You kill it, it comes back, you kill it again, it's a little harder, and then you get a heart that you can place. And you have to capture the heart with the Cage of Binding. There will be 32 Malignant Hearts that provide build-altering bonuses. They're broken into 4 categories with different colors, and they will correspond to Malignant Sockets. So additionally, now you will have your items, your jewelry, but your jewelry will have a specific socket color now. So I guess on top of looking for the 4 things you want, lucky hit, crit strike, crit chance, and vulnerable, still probably even with the nerfs, you're going to also have a color on it now for its socket, and you'll put in either a vicious heart that is, red, blue, pink, or this one goes into any. So we have offensive, defensive, utility, and superpower. Crafting, as you encounter more menacing malignant creatures, so too will the strength of their hearts grow. Any heart you don't wish to keep can be salvaged for a corresponding color. Ichor is a resource that allows for the creation, upgrade of malignant hearts and can also be harvested from lesser. Salvaging will provide you with 5 to 15 Ichor, and then you get 2 to 5 with Wrathful Hearts. Creating a random heart of a specific type costs 35 of the other 2 primary colors. If you want to craft a vicious heart, you need 35 brutal and 35 devious. Okay, so you get it of the specific color, and then you use that. The random heart you create will either be for your specific class or class agnostic. Oh, so they're class. I didn't know that they were going to be class specific. So here we have pictures. I guess that is the heart or something on the ground. Each of them packs a punch with the bonuses they provide. Below you'll find a full list of each malignant heart broken out by class. For example, the stats you see reflect what a level 20 character would receive as a drop. As your character grows in level, so too will the power of malignant hearts that drop them. Unless specified, the heart can be acquired by playing in any world tier in the seasonal realm. Okay, the Picana. This is an offensive one. Critical strikes electrically charge the enemy for 0.75 to 2.5 seconds, causing lightning to arc between them and any other charged enemies, dealing 68 to 136 lightning damage. The Dark Dance, every 5 seconds while above 60% life. Course, so is it like right on the 5 second mark it'll look? Core skills cost 68 to 51 life instead of your primary resource. Skills that consume life deal 10 to 20% increased damage. Every 5 seconds. So is it then for the next 5 seconds your core skills will deal life instead of primary resource? Or is it only for one attack? That every 5 seconds is weird. Because what if on the check, or is it once every 5 seconds? But like, what if on the check you get hit and you drop below 60% life? Then you have to use resource for the next 5 seconds? Or is it might just be once every 5 seconds while above 60% life. That's confusing me. Okay. We'll have to see how that actually plays out. I mean, 10 to 20% increased damage could be all right, but I also feel like that one might be useful. Could be like really nice with 20% increased damage on top of whatever legendary aspect you have on there that also has an increase of damage. Yeah, that's level 1. It'll be more life, I guess, in the future. Tempting Fate. You gain 40 to 60% critical strike damage, but your non-critical strikes deal 20 to 15% less damage. Oh my god. Just more crit. More crit builds. You gain 10% barrier generation. You heal 3 to 7 life per second while you have an active barrier. That's also not bad, but I also don't really put in skills for barrier generation. But maybe now, like on Sorceress, and now all classes do get barrier chant stuff. So maybe there's some way. This is the level 1 drop, so I'm assuming that this goes up. Right? So if that can scale really nicely. But wait, no, because this is 40 to 60%. But I doubt they're increasing that. So now I'm confused. Is this supposed to, maybe it's just flat stuff increases. So the heal value goes up, but not the 10%. So 10% is kind of weak, yeah. 10 to 20% maintaining damage is instead suppressed. When you use a defensive, subterfuge, or a macabre skill, all suppressed damage is amplified by 250% and explodes, dealing up to 1360 to 2040 fire damage to nearby enemies. I mean, if you could get 20% of damage to be suppressed, that's just like 20% damage reduction, right? I mean, that's huge. Plus, then, of course, you get massive explosion. Okay, so that one looks mandatory. Yeah, Yeah, like everybody will wear that if that's 20% damage reduction. You become immune for 2 to 4 seconds after you lose more than 20% life in a single hit. This effect only occurs once every 110 seconds. Okay, nobody cares about that. That's absolutely worthless. 2 minutes? Every hit takes more than 20% of my life. What are you talking about? Resource draining effects. That may be like... No, you won't even... I'm thinking, okay, you put this on a ring when you fight Echo Lilith, and then when it gets procced, you just swap the ring out with, like, another ring. So it's just for item swapping on like, Echo Lilith is my thought. Resource draining effects are 40 to 50% less effective. In addition, gain 3 to 8% increased resource generation. Doubt that'll get used much. Like, I'd rather have armor. Deal 510 to 608 fire damage to surrounding enemies whenever a crowd control effect is removed from you. I don't think the resource generation will scale. If it does, then this could be, again, almost mandatory, but I'm not sure it will. Nah. After spending 150 to 200 of your primary resource, your next attack stuns enemies hit for 2 seconds. Oh, this could be really nice. This could be nice with that legendary that gives you bonus to stunned. And just, yeah, big CC stuff. That could be a decent one. Cycle through a malignant bonus every 20 kills. Vicious, gain 20 attack speed. Core and basic skills have a 15% chance to fully restore your primary resource. Every 21 seconds, gain a barrier. Thank you, Illuminated. Thanks, Big Papa. I mean, I think this is just going to be... Everybody would just want that one, right? This will go up. Devious is like super cracked. Yeah, this'll scale. Yeah, so like this is godly and this is godly, and this one right now is nothing at the moment. This is another super. Your damage over time effects are increased by 30 to 40% for each different crowd controlled effect on the target. Unstoppable monsters and stagger bosses instead take 110 to 130% increased damage from your damage over time effects. Super is, I think it can just go in any slot. Yeah, so if I'm playing like Firewall Sorceress, that could be really nice. Because you're always going in and like... But I mean, it says each different crowd control effect. But my question is, if they're frozen, they're also chilled, right? Because something that's frozen is chilled. So does that count as 2 crowd control effects right then? There's like 15 different crowd control effects. Like there's tons of them. So if I zip in with Raymond's, I like stun them, chill them, freeze them. Does frozen replace chilled? No, if something is frozen, it is also chilled. They're vulnerable. This could be a lot of damage, maybe. The Barber. Critical strikes and all subsequent damage within 2 to 4 seconds is absorbed by your target. Then the absorbed damage erupts onto surrounding enemies. Stored damage is increased by 10% per second. Wait, but it says absorbed by your target. Is that every single monster I hit now will delay 2 to 4 seconds before it dies? Every time I crit a monster, it's going to take 2 to 4 seconds before it blows up. And then it'll pop for big damage. All right. I think it's going to feel really bad to play with, but maybe not. Or it'll just be like amazingly godly. Focused Rage. This is Barbarian only. After spending 100 to 60 Fury within 2 seconds, your next non-basic skill's critical strike chance is increased by 20 to 30%. Yeah, so crit builds are really just going to be full things here. More crit. I mean, 20 to 30% is nuts. And like spending 60 Fury in 2 seconds is not that hard. While below 46% life, you receive 50 to 60% more healing from all sources. Your skills have a 20 to 30% chance to knock down all enemies for 1.25 seconds when that skill's attack speed is higher than 35 to 20%. Your skills have a 20 to 30% chance to knock down all enemies when that skill's attack speed is higher than 20%. Wow. That also seems like that could be really nice. That's like insanely cracked, yeah. Incoming damage has a 5 to 15% chance of being ignored and instead healing you. Again, just like, not even damage reduction, just like heal. 15% damage. Yeah, it's just another broken one. Good lord. No, it'll be 68. That's at level 20 there. It'll be plus. Yeah, you can wear both for sure. That's going to be just nasty. Kills have a 5% chance to summon a wolf companion to your side. In addition, gain +3 to wolves. Meh. When 8 to 13 close enemies automatically cast Cyclone Armor. This cannot occur more than once every 10 to 20 seconds. Nope. Up to 30 to 50 distant enemies are pulled towards you while you have an ultimate skill active. When you are hit with a stun, freeze, or knockdown effect, there's a 40 to 60% chance to automatically activate Grizzly Rage for 3 seconds. Well, that does seem kind of nice. Not fear, but stun, freeze, or knockdown. Dude, if this works in PvP as well, good lord, it's gonna suck trying to hit any druid. Necro. Walking near a corpse automatically activates an equipped corpse skill every second, dealing 40 to 30% reduced damage. But it's once a second. Should just be, you know, a bunch of... Yeah, it's just trying to, like, auto corpse explode, you know. When at least 5 enemies are near you, gain an aura that automatically curses surrounding enemies with Decrepify for 5 to 15 seconds. They like this when 5 things are near you thing. Up to 10 to 20% chance of inflicting fear for 2.5 seconds. Feared enemies are chilled for 20% every second. Oh, it's a lucky hit. Okay. That'll kind of be annoying with all the mobs running everywhere. Whatever. Each minion drains 1 to 2 essence per second, but deals 50 to 75% increased damage. With no minions, this bonus applies to you and drains 5 essence per second. Oh my god. 75% increased damage for your bone spears now? Bro, this is just going to be so OP. Lucky hit, you have up to a 20% chance to launch 3 stun grenades that deal 26 to 32 physical damage and stun enemies. 20% chance, but it's on lucky hit. Meh. When you use the subterfuge skill, leave behind an unstable shadow decoy trap that taunts enemies. The shadow decoy trap will explode after 6 seconds. Dealing shadow damage cannot occur more than once every 5 seconds. It's okay. Lucky hit, up to 20 to 40% chance for your cutthroat skills to slow by 40% for 3 seconds and your marksman skills to knock back enemies. Again, another lucky hit thing, but I feel like they're still better than the other pieces. Yeah, that's a lot of damage at level 20. I completely agree. But it's after 6 seconds. When are you still around anything after 6 seconds? Your attacks have 5 to 15% chance to apply all imbuement effects at 40 to 50% of normal potency. Okay. Taurasha. For each unique element you deal damage with, you deal 7 to 12% increased damage for 3 to 10 seconds. It's just Diablo 3 Taurasha again. And I mean, this is where, again, I have burning already on my, you know, my enchantment. If I just deal, you know, 3 and then, I mean, it may just be required if you get 36% increased damage. With just, again, you'll just be doing your same attacks that you always do, but they'll just have the little pieces that it also does burning, thus you've done fire, you know, it also does whatever. After taking elemental damage, gain 20 to 40% resistance. Well, again, resistances don't matter, so that's completely irrelevant till the next season, potentially. But they said they might not even roll it into the next season, so that's actually fully just... when you are afflicted with a crowd control effect, there is a 20 to 40% chance that the same enemy and enemies around you are also afflicted with the same effect for 3 seconds. So when they freeze you, they might freeze themselves. And when they chain freeze you over and over again, maybe they'll chain freeze themselves or something. This one could actually like save you just a bunch, but I'd still rather just be unstoppable than all of us just sit there frozen for 3 seconds. Core skills that launch a projectile consume all of your mana. For every 45 to 35 extra mana consumed, you launch an additional projectile and the damage is increased by 3 to 5%. But like we have aspects that are like while at over 100 mana, gain like crit, like bonuses, lucky hit bonuses, all this stuff. If you have no mana, you're just gonna what? Use your arc lash until you build it all back up again, so you can launch your one single shot. What are they aiming for with this? I'm trying to think. What skill are they aiming for? That you will shoot one time and then have no mana. What is the build? It's just core skills. Oops. So we have Frostbolt, Firebolt. Oh wait, these are basics. We have Frozen Orb, Ice Shards. No, that'd be terrible on Ice Shards. Fireball, Incinerate, Charged Bolts, Chain Lightning. I guess, yeah, the thought is maybe like Fireball. You would need to regain a lot. The problem is if you miss, and it's all of the time. Core skills that launch a projectile consume all of your mana. So if you miss one time, the monsters all die, and then you shoot. Now all of your mana is gone. Right? You use the other Malignant Heart where every 5 seconds you cast life. That's true. So then maybe it goes in part with that. So my thought is it's for an Arc Lash sorceress who then is going to, like, you know, shoot off a giant batch of charged bolts or something. Thank you, Frau. And then you're using Arc Lash. But just all of your mana sucks. Cage Arts cannot be traded. Oh my god. Jewelry containing sockets can be traded. Alright. One of the best places to acquire the hearts are in the tunnels. Highly replayable dungeons. Teaming with fearsome foes to eradicate. While inside, you need to risk life and limb to defeat feral malignant monsters. while navigating this dank system of tunnels. There are 6 dungeons spread across Sanctuary that make up the Malignant Tunnel system. After putting mobs of malignant monsters down, you'll come across 2 outgrowths. One will always be wrathful, and the other will be a different heart type depending on the dungeon. Use Malignant Invokers, a special item crafted at Corman's Wagon. Players can interact with the outgrowths of the same type, causing them to summon a fully corrupted enemy. If you can overcome the foe, you'll receive a heart that matches the monster's type. And then Varshan the Consumed is the newest boss battle. We don't know anything about like how hard he will be or where you find him. All right. So that is... This is all... Yeah. Earn rewards with your battle pass. Make sure to upgrade it. There's definitely like many of them are trash, and then some of them are just like crazy strong. So it'll definitely be a like half of mine wouldn't even put over armor. But some of them are just like straight, you know, nice damage reduction, whatever, right? Like 15% chance of damage received being ignored and instead healing you. That's just like super nice. There's another one that was 20% damage reduction. Gained 40-60% crit strike damage. Oh yeah, here we go. 20% of incoming damage is suppressed, and then you blow it up back on them when you use a skill. That's just brutal. So, I'm not sure these hearts are going to enable a lot of builds so much as just coexist with current builds for the most part. I'm not sure a lot of builds are really being enabled. Maybe a couple. Yeah. Those are all the hearts, though. We'll see. We'll see, because they did a lot of nerf on stuff in the patch, but then they're bringing this in, so we'll have to see how it all combines up. And we're going to have, like, no armor now. After they nerfed the legendary aspect down to 30%. And now you're also potentially losing 750 armor from this. We're going to get one-shot so much now. But there is some just, like, flat DR pieces. So it'll be interesting to see. They nerfed total armor item affix as well? Oh, yeah. So armor is just like completely destroyed. So we'll see, man. We'll see how it plays out. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Which one of these hearts looks best to you? Don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube. Mwah. Kisses to you all. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.